It's the weekend, so we've got time to dive deep into what's on everyone's mind. Will a rate cut actually tank the market? And now that Bitcoin's dominance has hit 57.21%, is the bull run finally here or not? Looking at the daily, we saw an 8,000 pump yesterday, but price pulled back to that key 59,500 level. Now we're just chilling in this range, doing some small vibrations. Here's the deal. Yesterday we talked about that long lower wick on the weekly. Price bounced back to around 61,000, and now we gotta watch that middle line of the descending channel. It's super close to that 60,970 key level. I'm thinking this double resistance is the biggest hurdle right now. For short-term plays, if we see a pullback, keep an eye on whether it can hold that 59,500 level. If we get a weekend bounce and close the weekly around or above 60,970, next week we might push up to that 63,000 to 64,000 zone. But if it breaks down, watch out, we could test that 57,700 level we've been eyeing. That's the weekend game plan. Pretty simple, just watch those pullbacks. Now, let's get into what I really wanted to chat about today, Bitcoin dominance. Check it out. For 2 days straight, Bitcoin's market share has been above 57.21%. Why is this number so crucial? If you've been watching my vids, you know I've been hyped about this since May. Let's peep that chart, BTC price on top, dominance below. So what's the deal with 57.21% for past bull runs? In October 2017, after hitting this level, price shot from about 5,000 to nearly 20,000. The 2019 mini bull saw a jump from 5,000 to 13,000 starting in April. 2021 was spot on. After touching 57.21%, we went from 10,000 to 60,000 plus. Now we're back at this key level. Could this be the bull market signal? A lot of folks are sweating about September rate cuts. Historically, when cuts start, stocks often tank, and with this being the fourth halving, the impact's not as strong as before. With halvings losing their mojo, what's driving demand now? It's all about that spot Bitcoin ETF, something we've never had in past bull runs. So the macro picture is huge. If stocks crash, these big players aren't gonna YOLO into riskier Bitcoin. Now you might be thinking, rate cut equals dump, and it's coming in September whether it's 25 or 50 basis points. But hold up, it's not that simple. When we're dealing with complex stuff, we gotta go back to first principles. Here's the logic. Rate cuts happen when the economy's trash and we're in a recession. The Fed's trying to juice things up by getting money out of banks. So the order is, bad economy, recession, then rate cuts. That's why stocks usually drop with rate cuts. It's a sign things are rough. But here's the twist. We're not in a recession yet. This time, they're trying to prevent one, that soft landing you hear about in the news. They don't want to wait until we're face down on the pavement. From the first cut to hot money flooding the market takes months. It's a slow burn, so if we just link rate cuts and stock drops based on history, we're missing the bigger picture. The real key is whether we're actually in a recession. Of course, this is all super simplified. We could talk for days about the details, but this is why we saw such a crazy reaction to just a hint of recession this week. As soon as new data dropped showing a bit of recovery, boom, everything pumped back up. The market's on edge about a recession, right? Buffett's hoarding cash, and whales were going nuts cashing out. But check the latest data. Yeah, the 100 plus BTC whales are still selling, but way less than before, 131 compared to way more earlier this week. It's like what we've been saying. The big dogs are selling to play it safe and hold more cash. Once things stabilize, we'll be watching to see if they start buying again. That's the deep dive I wanted to get into this weekend. I can't predict if we'll dodge a recession or nail that soft landing, but here's what we do know. Bitcoin dominance is at that magic 57.21%. Maybe hitting 57.21% doesn't guarantee a bull run, but if a bull run's coming, we gotta hit this level first. We're watching this number to see when Bitcoin's share starts dropping hard, signaling the start of altcoin season. Now that we're in this zone, we gotta pay close attention. My strategy's been the same for months, before the vampiric rise. Just hold strong. No need to swap your Bitcoin for alts too early, of course. If you want to get in early on some alts, that's cool too. Remember, during this vampiric rise, it's not that alts won't pump at all, they just might not pump as hard. Alright, that's all for today's show. Hit that subscribe button, and let's get financially free together in the next bull run. Peace out.